On December 14th, 2020, we are commemorating the 16 years of the foundation by then Presidents Fidel Castro Ruz and Hugo Chavez of the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of our Americas. 16 years ago, in that opportunity, in 2004, 10 years of the first meeting was commemorated between both commanders, Hugo Chavez and Fidel Castro. December 14th and 15th of 2004. In the 10th anniversary, they founded the Bolivarian Alliance. Solidarity, popular, humanist. A Bolivarian Alliance for the peoples of our Americas that was transformed in a peace alliance, in a cooperation alliance, in an alliance for the shared development, for the common good, for the union of Latin America and the Caribbean, the Bolivarian Alliance for the peoples of our America. Greetings for the presidents of Cuba, Nicaragua, Bolivia, to the prime ministers and high officials of San Vicente and Grenadines, Granada, and all the brother peoples which are participated in this 18th summit that we are held in a virtual mode. I wish this to be the last virtual summit and meet face-to-face to interchange ideas, to hug, to talk about everything that is going on in Latin America, in the world, in North America. The world moves. And with it, ALBA moves. Our foreign affairs ministers have been working in some agreements to start the 2021. There are many challenges. The first challenge to defeat the pandemic, the challenge of the vaccine, the vaccination of our peoples, the preventive treatments to control the pandemic in the ALBA territory, and with it, to control the pandemic in cooperation with Latin America and the Caribbean, and with our brothers of the entire world. A second challenge is the economic recovery after many of our economies have suffered devastating aggressions or brutal sanctions by the United States. After the economic problems that Bolivia suffered after the coup d'etat, and after the pandemic in the world, it is a big challenge. The economic recovery with a joint effort. Cuba started the economic restructuring and our solidarity with the Cuban people and with the Cuban government to the economic restructuring task. We have been following this and the statements, and it is a very complex plan. We wish them the best of the luck for the Cubans, for their task to restructure in the future. We have several proposals to reactivate the Economical Council of ALBA, the reactivation of our currency, Sucre, the reactivation of the cryptocurrencies, The strengthening of the Alba Bank, which have played a key role of support, of assistance, financing important projects in the Alba countries. In the economical field, we didn't reach our goal this year, which was to reactivate Petrocaribe. PDVSA president is here, Asdrúbal Chávez. And our biggest commitment for this 2021 is to expand the production of Petrocaribe. There are many tasks which has to do with the economical development and with the political life of our peoples. The consolidation of the democratic and political models of our countries. We also want to greet the plurinational state of Bolivia for the great victory of the Bolivarian people. A big hug for our brother, President Luis Arce. Also a big hug for Evo Morales and for the Bolivian people for having recovered the democracy, for having defeated the coup d'etat. We also greet all those countries which have held elections. It is a great victory, Ralph. Congratulations, Ralph.
Bolivia, San Vicente y las Granadinas.
Bolivia, St. Kitts and Nevis. Recently, there was a great victory in Belize, our brothers of Belize.
San Kitts and Nevis.
St. Kitts and Nevis.
And
the electoral victory a week ago of the Bolivarian people of Venezuela in the elections where we have recovered the National Assembly for the country, for the mission was accomplished. So we were talking about that in Havana a year ago. The mission was accomplished. Democracy and more democracy. Big challenges for Alba in the future. To continue with the cooperation and the development of our peoples, the right to universal health care and universal the right to expansion of the ties which guarantee the energetic sovereignty of our countries, to create our own path, the path of Latin America and the Caribbean, the path of the liberators, the path created by Fidel and Chavez. 16 years ago, 16 years of dignity, of a struggle, giving an example in all sectors. In the United Nations, every time there is an issue to be talked in the United Nations, in the Council of Human Rights in Geneva, or in any space about the climate change. So that's where Alba is, to see the light from Alba. Alba is a world champion in the defense of dignity and the human right for peace and development. We are very happy to connect with the Alba country members' capitals and to listen to them. We are live in our public television, and we are transmitting live for TeleSUR in Spanish and in English. In Spanish and in English. And in Portuguese, and some news agencies in Portuguese. TeleSUR is daughter of Alba. TeleSUR is one of the daughters of Alba. Petrocaribe is one of the sons of Alba. The Milagro mission, which has operated over 8 million people in our territories, is the son of Alba. And this is just the beginning of the road. We have to work hard for the future, for the consolidation of Latin America, and a united Caribbean. It is worth it. 16 years. This is the 18th summit. Will we have many other summits? So it means that Alba, in the presidential level, in the level of head of states and governments, have met twice a year in its 16 years of creation. We have met twice a year in extraordinary summits and ordinary summits. I remember Hugo Chavez. He was foreign affairs minister, and he always told me, Nicolas, I went to Europe. In Europe, the head of states and governments meet 4, maybe 5 times a year. Now there is a pandemic. But look at the European Union. They have a commercial, a political, a diplomatic agenda, an international agenda. The foreign affairs ministers meet permanently and they seek a common agenda. Those were the words of Hugo Chavez. We have to achieve in Latin America a new cycle of uniting our countries. The head of states and governments of our peoples have to work together, have to be integrated, working together, building the trust and brotherhood. We always say this. We have to follow a priority agenda. Every day, we as head of states and governments, we have an agenda of decisions, of actions, of events to be prioritized, the agenda of the country, the problems of the country. Problems that have several years, and we have to fight that. We have insisted to put the Latin American and Caribbean agenda, to put the ALBA agenda at the same level of permanent attention that the national agenda of our countries. That's what happens, for example, to remind or to remember Commander Chavez. That is what happens in Europe, for example. Up to a certain point, it happens in the African Union. That is what happens in ASEAN, in Asia. Just to put some examples, some important examples. To integrate ourselves, to act together for the development of our countries. To work together. Why? To work together and to build a doctrine of the 21st century in Latin America and the Caribbean. To overcome the weaknesses and the problems of our countries. No one will achieve the development of its countries if you work alone. If we work together, we can work in this 21st century with the strength, with happiness, of real development. So there are several decisions that we have worked on. Today, Bolivia return to Alba. Welcome. And we will give the floor to our presidents and prime ministers and foreign affairs ministers of this 18th summit, in the 16th anniversary of the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of our Americas.